What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me here today. We're doing episode number 2 of PowerWash Simulator 2, and on the first episode, we did the moving van. We also cleaned off a couple pieces of very interesting furniture, this awesome-looking couch, and this very colorful rug. We also did the futuristic bathroom in the future city. So we got a lot done on that first episode, but today we're going to do the next couple jobs. What you'll actually see is that I started the next job, realized I wasn't recording, so there are a couple pieces that are already done. Very, very minimal, though. It was just the achievement piece that I was taking care of. So I'm lucky that I looked over to see that I wasn't recording like I thought it was. So that's why the campsite job here that we're going to get into says continue, because yeah, I caught myself before I got too far in. But in any case, let's take a look at the details. Vicky Mitchell says, let me know when you found the place. We've already headed for home. Camping is definitely not for us, and a pair of boggy sprogs and one grubby hubby were in no mood to hang out. Know what I mean? Don't really know what else to say about it. Suppose the muck tells its own story, don't it? So yeah, we'll get right into it here. Loading back in, and what I went for initially was the achievement. If you go over on Steam, you'll see that the lanterns need to be cleaned first with the red nozzle, so we did that and we got the achievement for that. So that's why this one here, this one up here, this one here, and this one sitting on the fire pit already cleaned. That took care of the initial achievements, and now we can proceed on with the rest of the job. So I apologize you didn't get to see that initially, but I'm glad I looked over because there was no way to really restart where I was and kind of explain everything. So, yeah, we'll just have to take it as it is. Lesson learned. Make sure the red light is on before I start going with my next episode so we don't have that same occurrence, but I would have felt really, really bad if I went through like the entirety of the job and realized that I had not gotten any of the footage here to proceed on. That would have been terrible. There's nothing worse than doing a job twice and having to think about you should have done it right the first time. So work smarter, not harder, I guess would be the answer for it all. Okay, so moving along with the stones. Haven't seen anything too tricky yet on these first couple jobs that have kind of been out of the ordinary or that's new that we didn't see in the old game. So just cruising right along. Nice relaxing day here at the campsite. I'm glad those people didn't stick around because this place is an absolute dirty disaster here. But you're in the woods, right? You're supposed to have dirty everything. Like if everything was pristine power wash like you have at home, then that's not really camping, right? Be one with nature. Let's see how thick this dirt is here on the side. Not too bad. We can get rid of this with the green nozzle here. Just like that. Okay, should get the edges all cleaned up. Yep, corner pieces. Corner pieces are getting their own bells in this one, so good to know. Those big surfaces, just get the little back and forth going. Sorry to any of you who are getting camera sick. I apologize. Just don't want to waste a whole lot of time. And I don't really need the ladder for most of this because let's actually switch up to the yellow here. This dirt seems a little bit more thick here on this backside. And 20% done. Vicky Mitchell says, camping is just something else, huh? It's almost like you're living in some lawless wilderness. Take this morning, for example. I thought I'd make us pots of delicious porridge to eat after mushroom picking in the woods. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Some of these little spots here. Okay. There it is. There it is. Nice little plate. Corner piece, like I said. Let's switch back over to green now. I'm sure some people probably beat this game already in the first day that it was out. It's really not that tough to get through this game. I think on the original one, I waited until some of the DLC started coming out so that I could really, really dive into it. You know, make it kind of like one complete run. But you know, there was just so much to do in that first one. I think they were really interested in keeping the community involved by putting out a lot of jobs. They had a lot of interesting jobs on that first one as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of interesting things they do with the second version. I did see the roadmap is already out for 2026, and they're talking about some additional DLCs. I don't remember if it said it was going to be paid or not. They did have a couple paid DLCs on the first one of this game, but there was also some free ones as well. The Muckingham Files were a lot of the free ones that had a bunch of jobs. But I can only imagine the time it takes probably to dirty up some of these things. So, okay, looking good here. Front cleaned up. Okay. Got that side pretty much done here. These beams and Eve colors remind me of that job in the first game of the treehouse. That treehouse job was something else. That's probably one of the more difficult ones of that first game. It took forever to get through. Vicky Mitchell says, but when we get back from our walk, all of our porridge had been eaten, even though hubby likes his stone cold and I like mine boiling hot. To be fair, our kids' porridge was there for the taking, as theirs somewhat in the middle. Sounds like she got robbed. I don't know. Does anybody even eat porridge anymore these days? Finish with the doors here. There we go. Nicely done. What are we missing? We're missing something here. We're not getting the, there it is. Kind of looks like this yellow nozzle is the one conquers all so far. Seems to be doing the best job at cleaning pretty much all types with relatively good speed, so. Okay, that's done. Oh, I see here. That's why this is not going off. There is a back edge. Can I get up on here? Yes, I can. There we go. Whoop. Get up there. Oh, these weird angles. They're tough to deal with. It's almost like standing on some of the roofs in the first game. Probably spent more time falling off the roofs trying to get these weird angles than I did of actually doing cleaning. There we go. Perfect. Definitely seeing some differences from the first game. They're not really putting too much emphasis on certain types of materials, having certain like that. Like this, in the first game, this metal piece usually would have like some kind of rust on it where you had to use the red nozzle, but looks like in this one they chose to go against it. Maybe they took some feedback or something from the community that they really didn't like that and it took too much time. I don't know. You gotta clean it regardless, you know. It is what it is. Get it done. Cruising along, almost at 60% already. There it is. Vicky Mitchell says, tell you something else that's weird about camping. Out here, everything has legs, even the logs. Yep. Vicky's having herself a day. Nice little bits here. Let me swap up this. There it is. And of course. There it is. Took my cues from the first one that nice. Okay. Excellent. Let me guess, you got to power wash the log, right? Of course you do. Nice. Okay, moving right along here. Place is looking a whole lot better. Maybe it'll change the thinking of Vicky to come back out and try this camping thing again. Although the way she talks about it, she says it ain't for her. Yeah, lots of good progress here. There it is. Yeah, like this metal roof here. This would usually be rusted out in the first version of this game. Not so much here. Looks like we just got a bunch of dirt. There it is. 72% done. Oh, the handles on the cooler. That's interesting. Okay. That's actually some really nice stonework, whoever did this. Good little trick here to cover the ground. You can get the water stream just right. You can walk around pretty much. All right. 15% to go, almost at the home stretch here. There it is. Oh, these ground pieces have their own kill. That's good. All right. A little more trickier than I thought here. These things aren't going off as smoothly as I thought they would. I figured at some point we'd run into a little bit of a more trickier design, getting everything done. Yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to get the bells. All the underneath here. Best thing I could say, if you want to get stuff done quick in this game, put yourself in good position where you can get a lot of space completed without having to move around like this. See, I'm kind of shifting between the edges and I can cover about 25% of the entire thing. Okay. This last little bit of the fire pit, and we should. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice. 97%. These posts here. Okay, that's good. The only thing we haven't gotten a ding on is this pot yet. There it is. Love it. Ding, ding, ding. A ding sound, I don't know if you guys watched it way back in the day, the movie Three Ninjas, where he puts out the dummy and he says you have to light up the eyes when they hit him in the critical places. About the same sound with this. Ding, ding. I wonder if that's where they stole it from. Kind of got that same sound. 99%, we're almost there. Okay. What else is left? Okay. What else are we missing here? Oh. We definitely missed a couple spots there. What else are we missing here? That's right. I started on this dog bowl. I never came back to it. Okay, that's good. What else do we have? That's good. Aha. Okay, that's done. I thought I got a ding for the telescope. What? Pet bowl. Okay. Fire pit hook. Got it. Fire capstone. What would be oh. There it is. Okay. Job complete, Michelle Stone. Is this spruce spring clean? Your friend Harper says you'd be up for helping me out. My house is nothing short of a national disgrace. Sure thing. All right, little quick video of our cleanup spree here. Not too terrible. Got that done in about 18 minutes. Moving right on through. Perfect. I've just heard that we've got our deposit back, and after watching that amazing vid, I'm not surprised. Incredible job. Thank goodness for you and your amazing portable power washer, that amazing portable power washer of yours. Hopefully the bear, or whatever it is, doesn't wake up and bother you. We left it sleeping in the lodge and didn't know whether to mention it or not. Gee, thanks. All right. Oh, this one's good here. We get $1,000 for this. Before we move on, there is a whole shop here of different washers and equipments and everything you can get. Looks like we get the Surface Disc, which we didn't have in the first one. My goal is to obviously go all the way to the end. So as soon as we get $12,000, we will proceed on from there. So this next job, obviously is going to be our... where is my jobs? How do I get back to the jobs? Start washing. Art Deco house. Michelle Stone says, so this is Trilobite Lodge. Apologies for how filthy it is. I've just got back from a dig in Alaska to find the house looking like this, and my other half, Karen, apparently vanishing into thin air. It wouldn't be the first time. Whenever she gets a whiff of anything interesting, that's her gone for months. Okay. Oh, wow. What was this one called? This one's called Art Deco House. Let me take a quick second and look at the Steam achievements to see if there is something for the Art Deco House. In the home base. Oh, there's a Steam achievement for finding a hidden gnome at the home base. We'll have to grab that. Medium gas station job, fully... Campsite, yep, we got that. Temple tier, bystander. Rock climbing professional in the roller disco. Great theater job. Skin wash. Motel, solar system. Nope, boy, we have a lot of in the funhouse, shopping mall. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything specific with this one, so... Oh, we do get the scaffolding for the first time. That's awesome. That means we're going up on the roof. Hold on a second. We got scissor lifts now? That's awesome. That's awesome. I did see, as I was reading through here, that we need to take a scissor lift with a gnome. So I guess if we find a gnome somewhere, carry him up on here, and then take this up to the top, that's a seam achievement. So, holy cow. I don't know if we'll finish this one here for this episode, but let's get a move on and see how far we get. Okay. Oh yeah, this might take a minute to get this one done. This dirt's a little heavier than in the last couple jobs here. I probably should have mentioned that the house is directly underneath the beam's path. Mind the fire line for the famous Herman Hum. Interesting. Okay. One wall complete. Many more to go. Let's find the edge. Clean the edges. Let's get a 2-for-1 going here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, green wash takes care of it. Nicely done. Okay. Yeah, so you're getting a little bit of this mossy stuff. Some of this mossy material is sometimes going to need a little bit extra time. Okay. Got it. Oh, that post went off by itself. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That usually means that those are separated. They have their own job or task to finish. What are we missing here? Right there. Okay. Looking pretty nice so far, right? The edges. That wall's about done. Come on. What am I missing here? Oh, it's this part right here. There it is. That window's done. Another one there. There it is. This is easily the more difficult one that we've done so far. The other three have been piece of cake. This one is... It's just got weird textures, you know, like when you get this mirrored surface, you can't really see it that well. There we go. Michelle Stone. Personally, I love the beam's gentle hum, but it drove Karen to distraction. Actually, maybe that's why she's not there. It's a good thought. There we go. Excellent. Nice. See, this is the place where a disc washer might be good, but because I use my back and forth motion, it'd probably be a whole lot faster than using the disc. So I did see some of the Steam achievements say to complete a job using only certain nozzle types, but I will probably have to come back to some of those ones on my own time. Not when I'm trying to make a video for you guys and do those, or maybe I will put them. I'll decide a job that, you know, is easy to complete with one of those specified nozzles or requirements, and, you know, put the video out doing only that to show you that it can be done and help others who are struggling with that achievement or trying to find the best job to make it happen. So we'll see how it goes. It's all about trial and error. Okay. There we go. Nice. A little couple pieces left in. There we go. We're making awesome progress. We've finished almost the entirety of the downstairs already. Okay. Boy, I'm glad I don't live here. That sound coming out of that beam of light would be horrendous. It almost sounds like I don't know if you've ever been in the area where there's been a train that goes by, but it kind of sounds like that, you know, when you hear the locomotives in the distance. Kind of sounds like it's coming close to you, but it's not quite there yet. You start looking for it, you're like, where's that sound coming from? I know something's going to be happening here on the tracks, I just can't tell where it's coming from yet. Alright, let's finish up this last little bit here. Alright, there we go. this green nozzle covers more space, but it's, as you can see, like it's not exactly killing it off like the yellow is. So I think we're gonna, yeah, we'll stick with the yellow. It's fine. I just don't want to spend too much time on it. There we go. That window's all done. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of leftover pieces that we're going to have to come back and find some free dirt on. I really don't like to use the dirt find feature until the very end when you're just picking up the bits and the tiniest little bits to find everything that's left over. There we go. I don't know if we got that or not. I don't remember if that had a bell to it. But in any case. Okay, 20% Derek Degas. Sorry, Rich. Fancy a shot at the movie business. Our star dog needed a good washing down before tomorrow's shoot. Interesting car. Okay. Well, happy to help, but I got to finish this lady's crazy house first. So like the first one here, there was a little inner piece cleaned out. There it is. Okay, window's done. There it is. Nice. Okay. We finished the entirety of the downstairs for the most part here. And just looking up, I can already see how much we still have to go, so not like we've made too much progress, but let's see if we can't get some of this groundwork done here. This is probably the one I'll take a little bit extra time on just to make sure I don't have to go around twice on it. This green nozzle is driving me nuts. It cleans so much more space, but it's just the pace I have to go is just not good for me. There we go. All that done. Nice. it is. Wait. It's gone. The sound's gone. And the beam's gone. What does it mean? What does it mean? You mean I'm going to get confronted by these residents now? I mean, in the first game, not to be a total spoiler to you if you never played the first game, but the first one ended with a, well, it had kind of a two-part thing. There was a alien spaceship in an earlier job, and then at the very end you cleaned the temple, which ended up in this like cutscene with some alien activity. So I wouldn't be surprised if they continued on with a similar theme in this one. Muckingham chat, wait, where's the beam gone? I said the same thing. Fran, me and you are on the same page. Leonard Miller say, hey, something changed. Oh, what was that? Wasn't the beam keeping the volcano in check? Oh boy. There it is. There it is. That's the reason. That's why we kind of read the story a little bit on these messages, because it kind of all leads to your next jobs and what you're probably going to end up seeing down the road in this game. Okay, slicing through this concrete here. We're almost done. It is. Bang. Okay. Very good. I think that is great progress. Great progress. I'm actually going to run up here real quick and see what we've got up on the top level. Holy cow. That's filthy. I don't know if I can get back up here or not. I wanted to go up on the roof and see if the gnome was up there that I'm looking for. And it does not appear so. Maybe somewhere in the garden. But in any case, I think that's probably a good place to stop this episode. We've got some of this done. We're only 32% done, but it is going to take a little while to get through the rest of this house. Very, very good progress, though, to start. Right, Ulysses? Yeah, Ulysses thinks so. Any case, I very much appreciate you joining me. If you made it all the way through, subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate the support as we get everything going. We're going to definitely continue on with this. More PowerWash Simulator 2 episodes coming up shortly, along with my other gameplays that you'll find in some of the playlists. So thank you very much for joining me here today. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. See ya!